Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahana, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahana. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Hi, Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. Shalom, shalom. A second. Alright. Shalom, Israel. This is ISUPK, Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yahana. We've been established since 1969. Since 1969, we teach the truth according to the Bible. What is this truth according to the Bible? The truth according to the Bible is that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians descend from the greatest people to ever walk the face of planet Earth. All right. And we make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You understand? God's chosen people. The chosen people of God. Tonight is Tuesday night brotherhood class. Tonight's topic is to learn to love your people. All right. If anybody got any questions, type them in the chat, and I get to them when I can. All right. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and start the class. Like I said, the topic tonight is learn to love your people. Notice it says your. All right. Now, why does it say your instead of all people? You understand? That should be the first thing. Actually, that would be the first thing any Christian in the world would notice, right? They will notice that I titled it to love your people, especially a black Christian. They whiskers just rose up. Not so much a white Christian because they actually believe in their own self-preservation. They believe in things like other nations believe that they have to love their people for other reasons than us. The Most High told us to love our own people, but they love their own people to spite us. They love their own people to preserve their white bloodline. You understand? To make sure they say things like they want to make sure that their grandchildren look like them. They want to keep the blonde hair and the blue eyes. They want to make sure their children look like them. All right, and that's fine for them. But we have to learn how to love our own people. Us, Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, right? Because the Most High ordered us to love our own people. Not only do other nations love their own, they we love them, and they give us all the reasons why we shouldn't. We love them even though they show us time and time again and give us time and reason over and over as to why we should never. All right, we're gonna start. I'm my first scripture. My first scripture gonna be in the book of Matthew. Salakia. Be in the book of Matthew. If I'm having any audio problems, Baba Kashai, somebody let me know in the chat. Just let me know in the chat. Yo, throw 1 W in the chat if you can hear me, or throw a 2 in the chat if you cannot hear me clearly. Baba Kashai. Alright. Like I said, we're going to start in the book of Matthew, chapter 22. It's like, give me 1 second to get there with y'all. Matthew chapter 22, starting verse 36. And it reads, Shalakia, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Verse 37. Yahweh said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. So the first, throw water for that. Throw water that. I see one W in the chat, so I can't be heard. Throw water. So the first greatest commandment, right, is to love the Most High with all your heart, all right, and with all your soul. See now, how we are taught to love the Most High is to what? Is by lip service. We taught to just say that we love the Most High, and now I guess everybody's supposed to believe us. Now we jump around in church. You understand? We sin Monday to Saturday. We sin Monday to Saturday before we go to church service and after we leave church service. But as long as we make it to service on time, to see pastor on time, and give our 10% donations to the pastor, and then we love God. You understand? We believe that we can be as wicked as we want to be. You understand? Most everything, we can be wicked as hell until we step foot in that church. And then that's supposed to prove that we love God. But that's not according to the Bible. According to the Bible says, and I'm going to get you the scripture later on. The Bible says that if you love me, this is the Most High speaking. He said, if you love me, you keep the commandments. What are his commandments? You understand? Things that you break every single day. What's a simple commandment? Don't eat that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. What's the one we just read? Love him with all your heart and with all your soul. Now, if you really love the Most High, answer me this. Would you serve another God? Would you really celebrate Christmas? And it's no secret, man. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's not rocket science. Everybody knows that Christmas is not about Christ. It's not about Christ. It's not about his damn birthday. It's not about the Most High. Everybody in the world knows that it's a pagan holiday. You understand? This is common knowledge. And we still choose to celebrate it. Everybody knows that on Easter, rabbits do not lay eggs. Everybody knows that Halloween is wicked by default. What's the whole point of Halloween? Scaring people. You understand? A haunted house, ghosts, giving out candy to children. You understand? Every other day you tell your children not to talk to strangers, but on Halloween you sending them to their doorstep. You sending them to the stranger's front door. You got them knocking on a stranger's front porch, begging for candy. You understand? It's been times where kids come up missing. It's been times where the candy has things like razor blades in them. You understand? Nobody thinks that Halloween is wicked because we accept it by default. We can parade and be a damn 40-year-old. You're 40 now. You're 45 years old, and you can on Halloween you can dress up as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You understand? You're a 40-year-old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle on Halloween. All right. Oh, let me see. They celebrate Halloween, invites demons. Kind. Celebrate Halloween and invite demons. It's a battle that you have to fight. All right. Now, if you really love the Most High, and you ever picked up a Bible, you would know that this is one of those things that the Most High just cannot let fly. The Most High cannot let this ride. What do you mean that? What you mean you finna go serve another God? What you mean you finna let your kids dress up as angels and devils? You understand? You see more demonic costumes than anything. Skeletons. The damn pumpkins have the pumpkins had the little carvers in them to make them look evil. It's naturally a wicked and evil bastard ass holiday. Alright. And you should know that the Most High does not condone this. Matter of fact, you should know if you ever picked up a Bible, which I'm starting to believe, I'm really believing, I'm sold that a lot of Christians never have. A lot of them never even read the Bible. They don't understand the Bible. They haven't even attempted to understand it. All the Bible studies that you ever went to, I used to go to Bible studies as a child. So one thing that I know is they not teaching that Bible. Bible study, yeah, right. You're not going to church to learn anything. It's lip service, it's word salad. You're not gonna learn a damn thing from that pastor. These are things that you have to separate yourself from. This is naturally. This is without the scriptures. You should know that if you're gonna serve the Most High God with all your heart and with all your soul, then you shouldn't serve a nation that's wicked. You shouldn't serve a nation who, and now that them Epstein files came out, them Epstein files didn't have to come out for you to know that Donald Trump is a wicked bastard. For you to know that it's wrong for ICE to be removing people who own this land before them. You would know that it's wrong to call people illegal immigrants, to be snatching babies out of their hands, to be shooting people just for trying to have a better life. All right, this is common sense. This is like, this is common sense. Anybody with any sense, any inkling of compassion would know that what ICE is doing is wrong. All right? These are the same people who murdered 99 million African Americans, so-called blacks, 77 million Native Indians, stole their land, put them on reservations, broke every peace treaty, killed all the damn buffalo. Lied and said they would give the blacks 40 acres and a mule. Counted blacks as 3/5 of a man. Enslaved everybody, shot, hung, lynched, beat everybody, sexually abused everybody. And you thought that this nation was going to be of God. See how crazy that sounds? If you think that this nation that promotes prostitution, homosexuality, bestiality, promotes child, what word can I use for it? Child abuse, abuse of children. You understand? Pornography. You think that this nation that is so sold and making so much money off of sin was of God? You thought that the Lord was with America? You see how foolish it even sounds? Because the Lord, if the Lord is, even if he is, as the Christian church says he is, and it's all love, why the hell are we living like we hate each other? Why the hell is America a system based on hate and oppression of another people? It's literally based on who can make the most money. If you make more money than them, you're better. You're a true American. You're living the American dream. You understand? So many immigrants, Hispanics, black people, we all fell for this imagination, this fairy tale, this this figment of our imagination called the American dream. This has been a nightmare, nothing less, nothing short of a damn nightmare. Living in America, being black, Hispanic, Native Indian, and we are going to war. Not only have our people already went to war and saved this country, but this country still refuses to accept us and give us due. They fail to do that proper due diligence and give us what's rightly ours. Even in the city of Nashville, this is Ashby K. Nashville. Even in the city of Nashville, don't you know that Jefferson Street was a historic black place? Don't you know that Percy Priest Lake, all these things were historically black places? Don't you know that Morgan Wallen and all these people that they push on us and say that they are the faces of country music and they're from Nashville? Look up their actual hometown. This is what you do. I have an iPhone, so it popped up like this. This is what you do. Look up famous singers from Nashville, right? Search that up. You're going to get a list. Names like Dolly Parton, Morgan Wallen. And then go individually and look up Dolly Parton hometown, Morgan Wallen hometown. They're not from Nashville. Understand? They're not from Nashville. Nobody who lives in Nashville, family has ever seen these people. Never heard of these people. Like, you understand, in the inner city. But they push this propaganda on our city and push us the hell out of it. The dream that they've been having for Nashville is they're pushing and fighting tooth and nail to make it come alive. For this to be a home of country music. This is Music City, not because of white people's country music. Not because of Morgan Wallen and Dolly Parton. Not because of what's the other one? Johnny something. Johnny Cash. Not because of them, but because of the black singers who were formerly enslaved. They made such good music and they introduced a lot of the world to Negro spirituals and concerts and singing. And they did all of this a cappella, right? They did all of this a cappella, and it was so beautiful. They even got a crowd with Queen, I believe, Elizabeth. They got a crowd with one of the queens of London, and it was so beautiful. Even in her ears, she said that Nashville would be the home of music. It'd be Music City because of black people, not because of all these devils walking around downtown Nashville on Broadway with cowboy hats and cowboy boots. All of these tourists. All right. That's the reality of Nashville. That's the reality of the world as we know it. We've been tricked out of our spot time and time again, over and over again, by the same nations of people. All right. Let me see. Oh, it's like it. All right. But it says to love the Most High God with all your heart and with all your soul. What else does it say? Salaki. Verse 38. This is the first and great commandment. Verse 39. And it reads, and the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Verse 40. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets. On these two commandments is what the law and the prophets were all about. You understand? If you really love the Most High with all your heart and your soul, and you love your brothers with all your heart and your soul, then you wouldn't be wicked. You wouldn't sin. It's impossible. It's impossible to sin if you really love the Most High. You wouldn't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You wouldn't murder if you love your brother. If you love the Most High, you wouldn't eat what He told you not to eat. You understand? You wouldn't dress the way He told you not to dress. Your so-called how should I say, your sexual orientation wouldn't be what it ain't supposed to be. What He didn't have, what He wouldn't have it to be. All of these things, man, it's how you show that you love the Most High with all your heart and all your soul. How you show you love your brother? Well, it's how you treat him. How you treat yourself. You understand? In order to love someone, you have to learn how to love yourself. You understand? You have to love yourself as well. And if you treat, and the point of it saying, treat them as you would yourself, is you actually love yourself, you wouldn't let yourself go hungry. You wouldn't let yourself go be downtrodden. You want to lift your own spirits. So why won't you do it for your brother? You understand? And now, if you are the type who doesn't want to do that even for yourself, that's what you have to work on first. You have to first work on how you can show, how you can prove to yourself that you love yourself, and then follow up with showing your brothers that you love them as well. All right. You wouldn't want to unalive yourself. All right. If you wouldn't unalive yourself, you want to unalive another brother. You understand? If you wish someone would tell you right from wrong, then you would tell your brothers right from wrong. All right. Don't say it takes a village, and you know, we in this together. Why black people do this and why black people do that, and then when it's time for you to speak up and help, or be a teacher or a leader, you say it ain't none of your business. It's never none of your business when it's time for you to act. When it's time for you to be that village. When it's time for you to be the answer to somebody's prayer. When it's time for you to be the father to the fatherless. When it's time for you to be a brother to the widow. When it's time for you to be a leader to our people. Now it's none of your business. All right? This is what we have to work on first. We have to work on learning to love our people. And love is correction. So you have to be able to correct someone when they're wrong. Just like your child, just like the Most High does us. You know you wrong. If as soon as you do something bad, the Most High spank you fast. Something goes wrong and you immediately know why it happened. You know how people say, why me? Why this? Why that? Well, a lot of the time, it's because you did something that you deserve to get punished for. You understand? A lot of the times, it's the Most High taking his belt off. We have to learn to show our people that it's somebody who actually gave a damn. You understand? A lot of people in these prisons, they're in the prisons because nobody cared. Because somebody led them down the wrong path. You understand? Because nobody told them right from wrong. They didn't have a dad. You understand? They didn't have a dad. All they had was the streets. And the streets didn't love them. You're going to find that out quick. You understand? They thought the streets loved them. They thought that block was going to be there forever. And now they're doing 50 years in prison. They doing 50 years in prison. Their life is over. Because nobody took the time to correct them. Alright? Like, nobody took the time to actually stand up and speak on their behalf. We raising a generation of weak men weak sisters in general. You understand? We're a real weak nation when we tell everybody to mind their own damn business. Not to get me wrong, don't confuse being overly inserted in someone's business with correcting them. All right. If you have the means to tell somebody right from wrong, and you're able to do so in a way to save them from making a mistake. Okay, say you have a little brother, all right, a little sister, y'all live in the same house, and you see they try to go into the street, they try to start smoking weed, they start trying to hang with the wrong crowd. You're not gonna always be able to stop them, but you at least need to be the voice of reason. You need to at least be the one who said. They can never say that you didn't tell them to do the right thing. That's like kind of what my father was to me. All right. Nobody in my life, nobody would tell me not to do something like my father would. You understand? And it wasn't always in the nicest way. You understand? It wasn't always in a way I could receive it. But now that I'm older, I will never forget what he taught me. I will never forget how hard he was on me because I knew, now I understand what he was trying to keep me from. You understand? I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way that him correcting me was him showing love for me. All right? Him not, or you understand me. All right, let's go back to that example. Having a little brother. If I see my little brother want to start smoking weed, I'm not gonna go and start buying him cigar packs. I'm not gonna help him buy weed. I'm not gonna endorse him being high, thinking it's cool, thinking it's cute, thinking it's funny. I'm not gonna be the one who buys him a gun. You understand? Who tells him how to go and use it. Not how to go and shoot it, but tells him how to go and unalive somebody without getting caught. That my role is to always be the level-headed one. Because a lot of the times in a lot of situations in life, before you make a terrible mistake, it's something telling you, you will want something to tell you not to do it. You know how they say it's an angel on one shoulder and a demon on the other one? You have to at least be that damn angel on the right side. If they choose to go left, then, Lord be with them. But you want to make sure that you always show right from wrong and be an example of right from wrong. Don't be like these niggas in the world, these Christians in the world, where your people are telling you not to smoke, but they blowing smoke in your damn face. They telling you not to gang bang, but they crip walking at the same damn time. You understand? Don't be a hypocrite. That's why we have to learn to love ourselves so that we can show someone else what love is, right? So we can show our people what love is. It's a reason why you're not going to go into a Korean nail shop and see a whole bunch of black people work there. It's a reason why you're not going to go into a damn East Indian Subway and see a bunch of black people working in there. A damn Arab gas station and see a bunch of black people behind the counter. Because they know to love themselves, and they put themselves in positions to succeed. They not trying to see you succeed. Why the hell would they bring you into their fold? Right? This is something we don't understand. We wonder how we on the bottom, how we get to the top, and that's where we can start. We have to start with building ourselves, picking ourselves picking ourselves up. I don't want to say picking ourselves up by my bootstrap, but basically picking ourselves up from nothing, going from nothing to something. We have to start with the youth. We have to start teaching classes. We have to start doing these giveaways and kicking knowledge and correcting our people so that the Lord can change them, so that we can spark something in them, light a fire under them to get them to change themselves. And so we can start seeing a difference between this year, 20. I don't see the difference between 2025 and 2026. No way. Everybody is doing the same damn thing. And 2026 already hit like a brick. A lot of people still don't even have power. A lot of people don't have power. A lot of people, I already heard of people dying in their apartments because they don't have people around to check for them. You understand? They don't have that village that we keep speaking of. They don't have that. They don't have that support system. They don't have that family support. The brothers and sisters that check on them regularly. They don't have the chats that we have, the things the resources that we give each other. I mean, we don't have this because we're rich. We have it because we stick together. You understand? See how we operate and how we move, and think of instead of it just being the ISPK, all of our people were like that. All of us were UPK. Every Black, Hispanic, Native Indian. You understand? The camp funds would be endless. The camp funds would be endless, man. Everybody would have generators. Everybody would have had somewhere to go. Everybody would have had, you understand, a roof over their head. Nobody would have been worried. All right? We would all had unlimited PTO time because we know how hard it is to get out here and work, man, and to be living check to check. Like missing a day out of your damn check. A lot of people, them damn ice and snow days is gonna keep them from being able to pay a damn bill. It's gonna keep them that set them back, man. That set a lot of people back. I'm sure of it. You understand? A lot of people that could affect them, and they not able to. They don't have the support system or people around them to help them get out of that hole, man. Be grateful for what you have now. Be grateful for the school. Be thankful to the Most High. You understand? Because a lot of people don't have this. A lot of people don't understand it. You understand? A lot of people see us as because they never seen brotherhood before. They can say things like they see troopers going to the store and be like, man, this some store runners. They see young men going and do something for somebody, man, you a man pleaser. No. It's called brotherhood. It's called rank and order. It's called structure. You understand? And the troopers putting their bricks in. The officers putting their bricks in. If you think any man in here doesn't do work, you're mistaken. The generals do work. The generals are held to a high responsibility. You understand? We can't see the generals weak. A general can't be made to look weak in front of us. They carry a huge burden. You understand? Making sure that our brother can eat. You understand? Making sure that our brother ain't starving is not being a damn man pleaser. Making sure that our brother's bills are paid is not being a damn man pleaser. You understand? Christ fed hundreds of people with one loaf of bread. It's like I can't remember if it was one loaf of bread. I can't remember. I'm gonna find the scripture in a second. But that's the kind of brotherhood that Christ had. Christ was not a damn man pleaser. Christ was a brother to his brothers. You understand? What he expects us to be, what the Lord charges us to be. And we can go so far. We can go so far, man. The sky is the limit. And we can just see past ourselves and see past ourselves and see past our own selfishness and actually give a damn about the people who look just like us. You understand? The people who going through the same thing as us. We should be the ones in them damn gas stations, man. We should be. Matter of fact, we should be the ones that own them. And we out of town. We in Keiko somewhere. You understand? We in what did he say? We in Cancun somewhere, and they running our damn shops. All right. But first, we have to learn to love our people. All right. So like, I'm gonna drop that. I'm gonna go to. Let me see. I'm gonna get it real fast for time's sake. I'm gonna get Proverbs 10 and 12 real fast for time's sake. Give me 1 second. The book of Proverbs. Let me get that with y'all. The book of Proverbs. I say chapter 10 and verse 12. All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 10 and verse 12. And it reads, hatred stirreth up strife, but love covereth all sins, right? Hatred stirreth up strife. What is a strife? It's a pointless argument. You understand? It's something being made for nothing. This is a beef that don't have no substance to it. You understand? An argument as simple as whose football team is better. Who's better, LeBron James or Michael Jordan? All right. So many times our people, we fighting each other. You understand? We scratching and kicking. We shooting at each other over petty strifes. You understand? Because we don't love each other. It's a hatred, stir up strife, man. It's stir up beef. You understand? It's cooking up beef, man. It's cooking up hatred. And hatred don't do nothing but grow. You understand? That's why the Most High charged us to say something, man. It says open rebuke is better than secret love. Scripture just says open rebuke is better than secret love, man. You understand? Because you have to be able to rebuke, to rebuke meaning to expressly sharply express a disagreement. You understand? It's sharply expressing. I'm paraphrasing, but you get what I'm saying. To express something that you don't like. All right. Somebody did something that you don't like. They offended you. They trespassed against you. Whatever. You have to be able to say that. Because once you don't say it, it's gonna build up and grow into something terrible. It's gonna get worse and worse. Now y'all can't even look each other in the eyes, man. You can't even look that person you hate in the eyes. They don't know what the hell is wrong with you. They think maybe you done got maybe you something going on at home or something. You know what I mean? Maybe you had a rough day at work and they don't know. Because you ain't told them nothing, man. Whole time you sitting right there feeling guilty because you hating them. You done said something or did something to them and you just cannot stand them. And you can feel, man, you ever felt, the scriptures say, though you wash yourself with soap and nitre, meaning something else you used to wash yourself up with back in those days. Though you wash yourself with soap and nitre, your sin is still marked upon you. You understand? You're still filthy. Though you take a bath, you're still filthy. You Don't matter how clean you are. You ever felt just dirty? You ever felt just terrible because you're guilty of something? You did something you know you shouldn't have done. You made a decision you wish you didn't have to make. You understand? You just feel terrible. You understand? That's because that guilt is weighing on you. That's that sin. That's what sin makes you feel. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it on your spirit. You understand? A brother in the truth can see it on your spirit. You understand? Maybe not always, but the Most High sees it. That's why he said, though you wash yourself with nitri and soap, your sin, your iniquity is still marked upon you. The Most High knows what you did. No matter how you appear to men, the Most High knows what you did. And he knows that guilt you feeling. You understand? You can have this type of guilt just from not addressing your brother, addressing your sister, rebuking them. And that's why I said, man, we got to get stronger. We gotta get a backbone about us, Black, Hispanic, Native Indians. We have to be able to say what's on our damn mind. Just because America won't let you speak, just because America tells you to let gays live in peace, it's like I shouldn't say that with the G word, but to let the Rainbow Coalition exist and to close your mouth and just let it be a melting pot of culture. To hell with that, man. To hell with that. Do not let another Black, Hispanic, Native Indian feel comfortable in sin. You understand? They feel that guilt. You should want them to feel that guilt. That's the Most High. When they feel that guilt because they know they wrong, that is the Most High giving it to them. And it's healthy for them. No, you should not, a homosexual should not be comfortable around you. You understand? If you gotta work, you gotta be at work. I mean, be professional, but me, no. You understand? Never. Me, never. You're gonna feel that guilt. Alright? We have to bring shame back. To hell with making America great again. Make shame great again. They should be ashamed. You should be ashamed in 2026 that you still hate your brother. You should be ashamed in 2026 that you still sleep with white women. What's wrong with you, boy? You understand? You should be ashamed that, you understand, in 2026 you're choosing to be an homosexual. World War III is on the edge of the World War III is around the corner. You know what I mean? ICE and all these, the Epstein files are out. We got bigger fish to fry, man. We got bigger fish to fry. And you still in sin, living in iniquity, acting as if you're blind to the plight of Blacks, Natives, and Indians. Like, let me see, can I say? Some people seem to feel more comfortable saying things about other people behind their back. See, this is the problem. That's the exact problem. You should say something about somebody, about that person, behind everybody else's back but theirs. You understand? When you say something to them and them alone, how about you say something about somebody else behind everybody else's back? You understand? In they face behind everybody else's back. You know what I mean? The problem with these things, man. The problem with these things is there is no gain from it. What the hell do you get? This is another wicked thing about speaking on somebody behind their back. You gain nothing from it. You gain nothing from speaking on somebody behind. Like, what the hell do you gain from a conversation? You understand? You trying to be cool and you're trying to ostracize them from the group. You gain nothing. You don't gain any cool points by talking about somebody behind their back, and then you and somebody else y'all talk about somebody behind their back, and immediately when you see them, you shut up. What you supposed to gain cool points off that? Oh man, that was masculine. Oh man, you showed them. No, you understand? That's very feminine. That's a very feminine thing to do. It's a very weak thing to do. You understand? It's a very weak thing to do if you're not able to. This is the point of loving your people, being able to correct them. You don't have to talk about. You don't have to talk about what they got on all the time. Talk about their shoes and how dirty they are. Are you gonna help them fix it? What are you gonna do about it? You understand? We got clothes galore in the school. If you see they need something like that, man, pull up to the side and say, hey man, if you need that, we got it. You understand? I'm always here to help. That's what you should do. You understand? When you get in the truth, you should shed that old person. You understand? That old person should be gone. Alright? You shouldn't have the same kind of demons. Well, those demons are always gonna be there, but you understand? You shouldn't lose the battle to the same demon over and over again. Alright? That's something we shouldn't do. That's something we should never do. As a matter of fact, if somebody try to talk about somebody behind their back to you, you should shut it down immediately. You understand? That's where you gain points with me. That's where you gain some respect from me, some honor. That's honorable. That's an honorable thing to do. You understand? Because not only are you showing that you love the person who's not around, you're showing love to the person who is going to sin against them. You're showing love to the person by stopping them from being so damn stupid, and you should make them feel they're gonna feel it too. I promise you. That guilt, you can't. Ain't no running from no guilt. It ain't nothing like it. They should feel good. Like, oh, hold on now. I don't talk about people behind their back. You got a problem. You gotta tell them. You understand? Get that weakness up out of them. You understand? And if you can't get that weakness up out of them, at least you show them that you're not the one to do that with. You're not the one to backbite. You're not the one to show weakness. You understand? Let me see. I do, and so should we. Y'all, sis. Most High Christ. It's harder for me to see the comments on my phone. Let me scroll up a little bit. Okay, Alright. That's part of learning to love your people. You understand? Learning when and when not to speak. Learning what not, and what to say. Alright? Be an example to your people. You understand? Because how you kicking all this Jesus is black, and we the 12 tribes of Israel, God's chosen people, and you still talking about people behind their back. You understand? You still talking about people behind their back. You still smoke weed. Still eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. You understand? You never stop doing that. We have to learn to love ourselves so that we can extend the same hand to others who need it. Right? Let me drop that. Let me see what I want. Uh, First Timothy chapter 4 verse 13. Chapter 4 verse 13. Let me see if that's what I want. First Timothy chapter 4. Let me see. Is that what I want? Chapter. Oh, hold on. Verse 15. So like it. Alright. This is a book of First Timothy chapter 4 and verse 15. And it reads, meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. This is what I was saying, man. You got to meditate upon these things. The things that you know are right, meditate, take heed upon them. Give thyself wholly to them. Live by them. Mean everything that you say. It say that thy profiting may appear to all. You understand? You got to give yourself wholly to the truth. Give yourself wholly into the law, statutes, and commandments. You understand? And your appearing, it is what you benefited from it is gonna appear to all. Your profiting will appear to all, man. Everybody's gonna see. You don't eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster no more. You don't sell drugs no more. You don't beat women anymore. You understand? You don't sell. You understand? You don't prostitute anymore. OnlyFans. You understand? You don't gang bang anymore. You don't just, create strife and beef. You don't do that anymore. You understand? You're a whole new person, and it's gonna appear unto all. You understand? That's a part of this truth. That a lot of people, especially first coming in, it's gonna be hard for them to understand because a lot of people, though you change your ways, a lot of people are gonna hate you for it. You're gonna wonder why. You're gonna wonder why somebody would be mad at you. This is gonna happen. Somebody gonna be mad at you because you stopped smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? You've been smoking weed since you were 12 years old. Been drinking beer for you don't know how long. And been a drunk for I don't know how long. And they're gonna be mad and upset with you once you stop. You were a damn drug addict in rehab on your last straw. And once you quit cold turkey and serve the Lord, they gonna hate you and look at you different. They gonna think you changed on them. They gonna treat you like you know what I'm saying? Like you did something heinous. You understand? As you losing weight and building up muscle, they gonna they gonna build up some hatred for you, buddy. You understand? The more you love the Most High, the more you serve the Lord, it's gonna baffle you at first as to why people aren't happy for you. You understand? You would think your family would love for you to be looking healthier, stop smoking weed, stop selling drugs, man. You understand? Stop risking your life, stop going to prison. At first you would think that they'll love that for you until you do it for the Lord. Until you do it for the Lord, and really a lot of it be because you don't like white people. You understand? You can't better your life. You can't be congratulated for bettering your life if you do it without loving white people. Ain't that a shame? Ain't that shameful? Ain't that silly that you can't you can't achieve nothing without the white man and your people be happy for you. You understand? And then you're gonna have to open up the scriptures and get taught that the Lord comes first. Let me see. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get a quick picture. I'm gonna drop this. I'm gonna drop Timothy. Let me see. I think it's in Luke chapter 14. Let me get it real fast. Let me see. Luke chapter 14. Uh, Luke chapter 14 and verse 20. In verse 20, let me see where I want to start. Verse 26. Luke chapter 14, verse 26. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. You understand? What is Christ saying right here? We know that the law, the commandment says to love all your brothers as you love yourself. You understand? The easiest way to know that it's not saying literally to hate all your all your damn family is because it says you have to hate your own life also. Meaning what? Anything that keeps you from serving Christ, you have to leave it alone. You have to put Christ before everything that he named, man. Put the Most High before your father, mother, children, brother, sister, everything, man. You understand? It's another scripture that says that your family will say, come, let us go and serve other gods. You understand? They don't say, come, let us go serve other gods. Why? Why they want to serve other gods? Because serving other gods allows you to smoke weed, allows you to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster, allows you to be a homosexual, allows you to be undisciplined and wild and wicked as you want to be. But serving the God of the Bible is going to keep you from all these things, man. It's going to keep you separate. It's going to make you holy and separate from everybody else. You understand? And it's important for you to stay this way. That's why the Most High chose us to be holy. Holy meaning separate, holy unto Him. We shouldn't look like everybody else in the world. A black man shouldn't you shouldn't be able to see a black man wearing a Make America Great Again hat. You understand? A black man or woman being a Republican or a damn Democrat. Alright? Things like this, man, that's why it says you have to hate all of these things, man. Just meaning you have to put off anything that will keep you from serving Christ. The next verse over reads, verse 27, and whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. You understand? You have to bear the weight of everything that comes with serving Christ. You got to bear the weight of everything that comes with following after the Most High, being a disciple of Christ. Remember, in Matthew chapter 19, the brother had everything he needed to serve Christ, except for a damn brotherhood. Yeah, he had because he was rich, he kept all the law, statutes, and commandments. He said he did that from his youth up. You understand? But he couldn't follow Christ. Why? Because he wouldn't let go of that money. He wouldn't let go of that dollar. Christ said, sell all that you have and give to the people in need, give to the poor. He wasn't willing to do that. He wasn't willing to part with what he worked for. You understand? He wasn't willing to do that. He wouldn't drop everything and go and serve Christ. All right. And Christ said, rarely, I'm paraphrasing, rarely will a rich man enter into the kingdom of heaven. That's rarely. It says easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle. You know why? Because he's going to choose that money over the Most High every time. A lot of people are going to choose their family over the Most High every time. That's why the scripture says you have to hate all of these things, man. You understand? Not literally. But if it's going to keep you from serving the Most High, you have to do away with it. You understand? You have to rise above it. A lot of people say that they celebrate Christmas. It's for the kids. You know what I'm saying? They celebrate birthdays for the kids. They know that it's going against the Most High. Of course they do. They know that, you understand, it's wrong, it's serving other gods, but their kids come first. The emotions of a child who, when they get older, you just tell them, show them in the scriptures. You tell them it was against God. Raise them right the first time. And they'll understand. But you're using your kids, man, and your family as an excuse. They say Thanksgiving is just for family. But they know that it's wrong. That's why Christ said you have to hate all of these things and bear his cross to become his disciple. And if you're not willing to do that, if you're not really willing to bear the burdens of everything that comes with following Christ, then you can't be a follower of Christ. All right? Can't be a true Christian. These Christians are only Christian and by default. You understand? The word Christian means follower of Christ. And they do nothing. You know how they say, what would Jesus do? They do absolutely none of it. Nothing that Jesus would do is even part of their daily routine. Jesus won't do nothing that they wake up and do day in and day out. All right? You understand? A true Christian will be a follower of Christ. But with that, let me check the chat, see if I got questions. It's hard for me to see these comments, y'all. So lucky with how I'm teaching off this phone right now. Give me a second. I'm trying to. Oh, what I do? Try to scroll up a little bit. Okay, I don't see any questions, so with that, I'm going to end my class. Let's see. Going to end the class. This is the ISUPK Israelite School Universal and Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Hana. We've been established since 1969, and since 1969, we're teaching the truth according to the Bible. What is the truth according to the Bible? The truth is that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians descend from the greatest people to have walked the face of the planet Earth. All right? Make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We are God's chosen people, and we are not affiliated with any other Israelite group, Islam, Christianity, or any other wicked religion out there. This is Tuesday night brotherhood class. I'm preaching off some 50 Kanaka. That's like 500 Kanaka. That's my time. So.